Hello everyone and welcome to Seamless Cloud demo presentation of employee communications platform called Nurture. In this demo, we're going to learn what Nurture is, how it works, and how it can help improve your organization's internal communication. My name is Stepan, I'm a pre-sales specialist here at Seamless Cloud, and I will be guiding you through the presentation today. Let's start with a couple of words about Seamless Cloud itself, who we are, how we came to be, and what we do. We are an independent software company that focuses on design, development, and implementation, as well as technical support of sophisticated cloud solutions. Seamless Cloud has been in the business of providing reliable enterprise software solutions, IT consulting, and implementation for over 10 years. During that time, we had the opportunity to work with more than 35 global Fortune 500 companies. Some of the most interesting case studies include Coca-Cola, Japan Tobacco International, OMV, Allianz Group, Mapfre, and others. We are partnered with the leading enterprise software vendors such as SAP, Oracle, and Microsoft, and our solutions are integrated and available in their SAP stores as well as in other leading marketplaces. Some of our most notable milestones include that in 2013, we were accepted in a Cloud Development Accelerator program by SAP, while in 2018 we won the SAP Pinnacle Award, and in 2020 we became a SAP endorsed partner and joined their Premium Partnership Program. This was our brief intro and history, and next I'm going to talk about employee experience and how it impacts your organization. After this, I'm going to show you a sneak peek of some of the highlights of our solution and how it can help you build a better culture, improve your communication with the employees, and improve the overall employee experience. So, what's an employee experience? It's a set of employees' perceptions in regards to their journey through different touch points of an organization, beginning from the job interview and continuing to the exit interview at the end of that journey. Factors, for example, like the company's physical workspace, the culture, as well as technology are essential components of the employee experience, and a positive experience is important on a strategic level. When managed properly, it reduces company costs and improves productivity. On the right-hand side of the slide, you can see different numbers and how employee experience impacts the organization. All of the numbers here come from the data our customers provided, and it's striking to find that about 33% of employees do not trust their employers. The reason behind this is because they feel disengaged, and about 73% of disengaged employees are actively seeking new job opportunities, while in comparison, there is 67% less turnover in more engaged companies. This also leads to a higher cost as 34% more of the budget is spent on disengaged employees. Not surprisingly, 63% of companies find it hard to retain employees rather than finding new employees, which depend mostly on company culture and branding. To retain employees, a positive employee experience is essential, and how you communicate with employees is a large part of that. With that in mind, Nurture really becomes your one communication platform that will drive change within the company. What we usually see in our clients is that they usually are using multiple different apps and have multiple touch points and do work across several teams for their internal communications. For example, an internal communications professional initiates a communication, then creates the message in Word and asks the design team to visually prepare the message in a different program. Then it goes to the IT team for the employee distribution lists, which need to be regularly and manually updated, and so on and so forth. And it really takes plenty of steps just to send out a simple message that employees might not even read. That usually becomes a complex and long manual process. And when something is long and complicated, the risk of errors is bigger, and employees can miss out on important information or not get included at all, or simply they're provided untimely or incorrect information. On top of that, there is no real-time access and data gets lost within the process. With Nurture, all of these issues are solved. Nurture becomes the one platform for the whole communication process, which improves the speed of work and collaboration. That in turn reduces the risk of miscommunication and errors, and there is a real-time access to the communications thanks to the Comms Hub. When it comes to employee communications, Nurture helps to create communications that drive trust and organizational alignment. For the companies, it provides a custom branded internal communications platform that raises employer brand awareness. It helps to reach organizational alignment through streamlined communication and 100% delivery rate, while simultaneously increasing the employee engagement by 175%. Additionally, it helps you avoid managing complicated lists thanks to the advanced filtering option provided by the deep core HR integration. This allows you to filter through the employee population by their attributes such as gender, location, age, position, etc., that are contained within your core HR system with only a few clicks. The same integration allows for advanced personalization of each communication as well. On the other hand, for the employees, it helps create a human-centric and engaging workplace where there is an increased feeling of inclusion and belonging thanks to the ability to provide 360-degree feedback. Also, with Nurture, employees are more aware of their personal impact on business results and they're always in the loop, never missing an important company update. For that, they are provided with a central location, hub, with all the company communications easily accessible with real-time access. Until now, I have talked about the general capabilities of the platform and the value it provides. And now we're going to take a dive into the platform itself. I'm going to show you the platform both from the point of view of an internal communications manager who creates the internal communication, the platform from the point of view of a regular employee, and how he or she consumes the content. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the ability to use Nurture as your total rewards portal. First things first, let's start with the admin center from the point of view of an internal communications manager. When you first log into the platform, you need to select the spaces, which can be seen here. They provide each department or sector with its own internal communication space, but all under one roof. For example, there can be a space for company-wide communications, a separate space for marketing department, sales department, or maybe separate spaces for different geographical regions. And all of these things will help things be more organized and keep certain aspects of the communication creation separate. Once in the space, I'm directed into the overview section, which is really a pretty simple page where there is a quick overview of some statistics and a calendar which shows all the scheduled and past communication campaigns, as well as some important dates and the tabs available to access all the available sections of the program. To start creating a communications campaign, we first need to have a template that we can use. This can be edited and created in the Templates tab, which you see right here. You can see a list of all the available templates from which you can choose in order to create your communication. These templates help with the standardization of the content and speed up the overall creation process, especially with communications that are repeated at regular intervals. Some of those templates are already made out of box, while others can be created during the implementation stage or at any point in time. In any case, our team will support you and work together with you in the creation of those templates with best practices and design. Here, it is important to note that when creating the templates, we can either create a new one from scratch, import an existing template externally, or edit an existing one. And in order to do this, a communication editor tool will open up, which is easy to use for even the most non-technical people among us. Once the template has been created and selected, you can proceed to create a certain communication using that set template. Once again, the previously mentioned editor will open up so you can make the necessary edits to the communications that you would be sending out. As I have previously mentioned, it is a very simple editor to use, which works on a drag and drop and point and click basis, and it will enable you to create easy to navigate, branded, and beautiful company communications. However, one of the most important parts is creating communications that would be the merge tags, which can be added easily by clicking on the place where you want to add them. In this example, those you can see are the recipient's first name and the recipient last name. The merge tags are tags that we use as placeholders in the communication that will populate dynamically with the information gathered from the integration with the core HR system when they are sent out to the recipient. That means that if I use the tag here that is called first name, when Jack receives this communication, it will say Dear Jack. When Jason receives it, it will say Dear Jason, etc. Thus, we really eliminate the need to create more than one communication in order to send personalized communications to all your employees. The data feed integration with the core HR system enables you to create one communication, which the text will then populate with the personal information for each recipient. In order to make the communication more engaging and to spark two-way communications, you can add journeys and surveys to your communications. The journeys are sort of a checklist sections where you can include different tasks or asks for the employees. They allow employees to track their tasks, add comments, fill in checklists, and provide two-way communications with their manager or HR team or internal communications team. What is good to note here is that depending on the trigger, some of these communications can be automated, thus reducing the overhead for your HR team. For example, once a new employee has been added to the core HR system, they can instantly receive an onboarding communication with an onboarding journey attached, as you can see in this example. This includes a personalized onboard template for this particular user. Same can be applied with the surveys, so you're not simply sending emails and notifications to your employees, but you're receiving feedback for your communications. Sending in the communication for approval is the last step in the preparation for the campaign. You can either approve it yourself or send it to someone else to review and approve your communication. If you send the communication for approval to someone else, this will open up a new collaboration tool where multiple users can work together, share notes, add comments, make edits, etc. This is where the content generator can send the communication for review from possibly a manager or another colleague as a last filter before sending the campaign. This way, you can create your own workflow processes and also provide a collaboration tool between different content creators and approvers if there is such a need in your company. However, some companies don't have such approval workflows, and if this is the case with your company, there is no need to go through the approval flow. As mentioned, the communication creator is also able to skip this process and approve the content himself. The communication has been created, and now it's time to distribute the set communication to the target audience. When I want to send the communication, the campaign creation menu opens up. Here, I add the basic info such as the title, which in the email would be the subject line, and the sender address from which it's sent. You can have multiple sender addresses if you wish so. However, here the most important thing to note is selecting our audience. This is the screen where we select the recipients by either filtering them through their core HR attributes, adding them manually one by one, or uploading a ready-made list. Here we can see the strength of the core HR integration at play once again. Just as the integration allowed you to personalize the communications and to dynamically fill in content, the same integration allows you to target specific audiences easily by providing you with the option to filter through different populations based on their core HR attributes. We can use the filters to slice and dice the population in order to reach very specific audiences without the need to manage any mailing lists that can take a lot of time and effort and might not always result in a completely up-to-date list. For example, I can choose the communication to reach the US employees only. However, if there is a need to be even more specific, you can easily combine several different criteria. For example, if you wish to reach the US-based people in managerial positions retiring this year, you can combine a country location filter with a position and date of birth filter and reach them just as easily. Additionally, you can combine several different methods of targeting audiences, for example, by adding manually a couple of extra recipients that are outside of the filter or combining a pre-made list with a certain core HR filter. All of these options are nothing more than just a couple of clicks, and within a minute, you can target even the most specific audiences while using the most up-to-date information. With Nurture, reaching your audiences has never been easier and faster. Once the communication has been sent, the recipient will receive the communication on their email and can interact with it from there. Or they can access it through the branded internal communications hub. This is the place where all the internal communications you will send will go to. Here, the employees will have easy access to all the communications in one place instead of searching through for your communication through hundreds of emails in a cluttered email inbox. On top of that, here you can also filter the set communications, mark them as important and pin them for you, see what has been highlighted by the senders as important, or sort your own personal interests, and so on. This hub is accessible directly from the web, from the mobile device, or it can be embedded as a tile in your core HR software or internet solution. We really want to make sure that all of your employees will have easy access to the hub, which is why there are multiple possible access points. The communication hub is the one place for your employees to find all of their internal communications. They will receive every communication on their email as well and will be able to read it from there. However, accessing the communication from the hub, besides the better overview, will provide them with an additional set of options when consuming the content. If you have sent out a journey or a full survey alongside your communication, they can be accessed from the hub itself. Additionally, in the hub, the employees have access to all the social features of the communications, such as likes and comments, if you have enabled them for some of the comments. This hub, alongside all of its functionalities, are accessible from a mobile device as well. We use a progressive web application which can be accessed from all mobile browsers for iOS and Android devices without any loss of functionality. All of the options that are available on a desktop device are also available through a mobile one and have been optimized for mobile use. This way, your employees will have access to your company's communication even if they are not in front of their workstation. This is also a useful access point for your deskless employees who have access to a work email. Besides the ability to send emails and standard communications, Nurture also provides you with the ability to send out instant communications to your employees by sending them SMS messages via the platform. We have clients who work with deskless employees, employees who do not have access to company emails, but have access to a mobile device, and the clients have used instant messaging to reach them in the past. To help our clients reach those employees, we have developed a whole instant comms section. Here, you just type in your message and provide the phone number or list the numbers you wish to reach, and an SMS message will reach those employees immediately. This feature makes it easy to reach all of the employees in companies that have large deskless blue-collar workforces, which often are one of the biggest challenges facing the internal communication teams. Once the communication has been created and sent to the appropriate audiences, Nurture provides you with a detailed reporting and analytics section where you can see the engagement performance of your communications. There are standard reports, which are engagement reports for each communication individually. Then there are aggregate reports that show the aggregate numbers for all the communications in a certain time period, as well as the number of active platform users. And lastly, there are head-to-head reports which compare different communications with each other. All these reports provide you with information such as number of opens, unique or repeat, time spent on communication, device used, link tracking if there are any links, and measuring the communication engagement from the hub or through the email. These analytics will help you understand how the communications have performed and give you the tools to make better business decisions about them. Another way that you can access your communications hub is through WorkZone. SAP's WorkZone centralizes access to relevant business applications, processes, information, and communication in a unified entry point those users can access from any device. In short, it is a tool for service delivery from HR. If you need any access to skills learning, onboarding materials, maternity leave, holiday requests, etc., all this can be done and serviced in WorkZone. The integration that we have allows for Nurture to become part of your SAP's WorkZone, from where you can access the communications, but also you can send your internal communications and notifications from Nurture in WorkZone. A manager can request a communication to be created in Nurture by an internal communications team through WorkZone. Besides being an internal communications platform, Nurture can also be used as a total rewards portal. Total rewards portals and statements are an effective communications tool. A total reward statement summarizes the value of the organization's total reward offerings, such as compensation, benefits, pension, healthcare, and insurance personalized for each employee. The same integration, which enabled you to send out personalized communications, will enable you to create streamlined and personalized total reward statements and personalized total rewards portal. Your employees will be able to see a summary of their total reward earnings, an overview of their compensation, benefits, recognitions, full total reward statements, and much more. Here are some examples of how each section would look like from the employee point of view with the historical data included as well. As we can see, Nurture Communications Cloud is truly the best of suite, best of breed, and best of economics product out there. In terms of integration and security, it provides a turnkey deep integration with the core HR system, covering employee master data, organizational data, event-based automations, and pushing data back. It's an enterprise ready with the highest quality and data privacy provided together with our partners. In terms of innovation and deep functionality, it is a best of breed communications platform with a robust, future-proof technology and multi-channel consumption. It has innovations for employees' journeys, voice of employees, internal communication, health and wellness, instant feedback, and unapplied AI. In terms of services and total cost of ownership, it is an agile and flexible delivery and management services to meet all your specific use cases and cultural needs. It is a best-in-class total cost of ownership with the lowest risk and highest compliance for the customer. In the last section of this presentation, I will just quickly show you how companies have benefited from our platform through an example from one of our clients. We have a use case study from one of the biggest customers, and that is SAP. They're using Nurture as their internal communications tool, and these are the results. They have seen a 144% improvement in time spent reading communications. With Nurture, they have 1,624% more communications sent out to the employees. They have 1,143% improvement in successful deliveries, and they have over 13 million total delivered emails. The total delivered emails numbers are a testimony of the robustness of the platform and its scalability. And thus, we come to the end of today's presentation. I hope this presentation brought you a little bit closer to Seamless Cloud Employee Experience product suite. If there is anything you'd like to hear more, feel free to reach out to us. And if you have any questions, feel free to call our numbers. Thank you for your attention, and thank you all for joining.